What's up, everyone? We're back once again on EasyGoing Survival. As you can see, we're over in our villager slash industrial district general area. This is a great view. You can see all that to the left and over this to the right. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed that time lapse to start out. I'm trying to do more time lapses, so yeah, let me know if you guys like them. My cop bar is totally destroyed from building that thing, though. I don't know what the deal was. It was shift click was not working right. Maybe it's one of the mods I have is messing with it. Anyways, as you guys can see, we have started work over in this area and improving the builds that we have. And let me tell you guys, I'm excited because this is looking really, really cool already. And I'm really excited to finish this area up because this is actually the last thing we have to do is complete these builds. And all we got left is a couple more to do. And then we're actually finished, which is pretty weird saying now that I'm saying it out loud. Anyways, I guess we should talk about, what we actually need to do to finish this area up. You know, I think realistically a talk needs to happen about what we need to actually do to get ready for our world tour on episode 50. So let's kind of go around our world and kind of look at a few things we need to do. First things first, we definitely got to make some more headway on this. Obviously, this area will not be finished by episode 50, but we definitely got to finish that skyscraper up, and if we have time, we might do some more work on that in this episode. As I just said, of course, my goal is for this area to be 100% complete and finished by the end of this episode. So, of course, this area will also be done. In order to finish this area up, we got to build some buildings for this guy, as well as decorate this a little bit more, and that shouldn't be too hard. We also got to fix it because it's actually currently broken. So we'll definitely look into doing something unique for this. We'll have to figure out the fix for that, hopefully, at least. And we also have to decorate that and hopefully decorate our nether portal. And of course, we got to get our base much closer to a state of completion. Obviously, we have done a lot of work on this base, and we just started a recent mecha project underneath the base where we've made great headway on, actually. I wanted to showcase this in one of our recent streams. I came along here and we started work on the outer path. So as you guys can see, I've kind of cleared some of the terrain and dug it down, and we're putting this path in right over here, just like this, and it's looking really, really cool. So obviously we got a lot of work left to do in this area, but already putting that in has made it look way better, and then just gotta terraform these sides as well as, do everything over on those sides. So now we know what we gotta do. We are on episode 39, which means we have 10 episodes, including this one, in order to accomplish all those tasks. And by episode 50, when we do our world tour, which I'm very excited for, we're gonna get going. So might as well get started because we got a lot of work to do. That's all I gotta say. And I think the first thing we should do is definitely repair this, because I'm actually basically out of quartz as well as iron. I need to AFK those farms, but, it's currently only 6:30 at night, so I still have a lot of hours before I'm going to bed and can AFK, and I definitely get some Minecrafting in. So let's kind of figure out a decent way to fix this farm. I'm going to look up the design online, go find the repair. Let's try to get that into place. That was actually quite easy. I looked at it online, and basically, you just gotta basically do what we did with the iron farms, where we eventually put string and carpet over all the beds. Instead, you can just do some trapdoors, added a block up here so they couldn't get out, and I just actually saw that dude throwing potatoes at them, so I think we're basically set. Now, of course, what we've all been waiting for is now we kind of have to figure out how to decorate this thing, and yeah, to be honest, I don't really know. Yeah, it's going to be kind of weird to say the very least, but we got to figure out something. And I guess we might as well start with a layer of glass on top that contain that guy in. I think that should look fairly decent. However, the main thing we do have to keep in mind, though, as we place in this glass, is that we can't have it, what am I trying to say? This guy can get struck by lightning. If we just leave this glass here, then he's going to get struck by lightning and turn into a witch, and we'll have to put a new villager up there. And obviously, we don't want, even if we don't even using the breeder, like we're done basically using it, we can't have a broken breeder in here. Like, no, that's not how we roll. So we got to make sure this is lightning proof. And obviously, that's preventing it from now, but that doesn't really look too good. So we're going to have to figure out a way to build this up. So maybe we can do some quartz here, and then we can kind of expand above this glass ceiling that we're putting in for this dude. So we'll figure it out, but let's start off just so we're not falling in and out of this place. Let's put this glass on top. I think regardless of what happens, this should look pretty cool. However, the main thing we do have to keep in mind, though, as we place in this glass, is that we can't have it, what am I trying to say? This guy can get struck by lightning. If we just leave this glass here, then he's going to get struck by lightning and turn into a witch, and we'll have to put a new villager up there, and obviously we don't want, even if we don't even using the breeder, like we're done basically using it, we can't have a broken breeder in here. Like, no, that's not how we roll. So we gotta make sure this is lightning proof. And obviously that's preventing it from now, but that doesn't really look too good. So we're gonna have to figure out a way to build this up. So maybe we can do some quartz here, and then we can kind of expand above this glass ceiling that we're putting in for this dude. So we'll figure it out, but let's start off just so we're not falling in and out of this place. Let's put this glass on top. I think regardless of what happens, this should look pretty cool. Sadly, doing this means we now have to break all this glass, which is a slow and annoying process. But we gotta do it. Not gonna lie, this is looking pretty sexy if I'd say so myself. Let's take a look at how this is looking. Obviously, we need to figure out a way to... obviously, we don't have to just be floating, and just realized... Definitely want to, cover up, that on the corners. We'll add some more quartz trim. I think we're end up just trading for some quartz, and then AFK later on. So we definitely got to AFK the iron farm first, but we can always trade to get quartz. So can do that, AFK the iron, so we actually should be good to continue working. But this is looking cool, and as you can see, we got a bit of a room up here, and I know exactly what we're going to do up here. And that, of course, is another portal, as you just saw right there. I think this is a great way to, use this room. Also, we got rid of the ugly nether portal, and just confirming that it should link up fine. We moved it about 1 nether block, or 8 overall blocks. So, there we go. Perfect. Links up. We got rid of that ugly portal. Just got to put some white concrete powder there now. We should be set, and now we have a purpose. We can walk out and immediately see our breeder, walk out here, and then fly off to wherever we need to go. So I'm happy with that. Let's try to figure out the bottom. Looking good. Now we just got to contend with this part over here. And I would now consider the second build in this area finished. I just want to take a look back at it. Oh yeah, that's looking really cool. The nether portals, well, I think we just got to do one final touch though. And that is just putting a layer of slabs right there, so it's not totally purple. And sadly, I'm out of a rocket, but we can go over here and perch to the top of this little hill, and yeah, that's looking really cool. So I have these pillars that's kind of holding the whole thing up. We got the 2 rooms, the breeder, the nether portal on top, and then we basically just added some quartz trim, made this thing look a little more complete, so it kind of matches that build right there. Awesome. I'm really happy with how this is turning out, and now that means we only got a couple builds left. So we got to do complete builds for this and figure out designs. We'll probably have a tiny one here, and obviously that one will have to be a little bit bigger. I think this will be the biggest build here, though. Besides the iron farm, of course, which brings me to the next point is we're going to decorate this thing a little bit. We're going to deck this out with some quartz trim on the falls. We're going to deck out the storage system a little bit, which we did start at one point, but I definitely want to finish. Like, we'll probably add some quartz back here and things like that. Just make it look a little bit better, a little more complete, more structure-wise. But yeah, I guess I'm going to hop into a creative test roll and kind of try to figure out a cool-looking design for this dude right here. After a couple days of AFKing and not really playing because I needed to get drops and doing some other stuff, we did a bunch of streaming yesterday. We did Bed Wars stream, EasyGoing Survival streaming, Strangecraft streaming, all the streams. We did some AFKing, as you can see. Filled this guy back up, plus an additional 9 stacks right there, and we got some quartz. I only AFK'd the gold farm for a couple hours, so I didn't get too much, just about 4 shulkers of ingots out of it. But I'll probably do a big AFK session this upcoming night after we work on this some more. Obviously, it's midday, so I'm going to do a lot of work. But yeah, we'll do an AFK session at the gold farm again. Hopefully, much more quartz. I think we'll get a ton of gold tonight, so it should be great. Anyways, let's build this guy. hope you guys enjoyed that time lapse. I had a lot of fun recording it. And actually not recording, obviously building the building is fun, which looks pretty cool, I must say. But I experimented a lot with the camera angles on that one when I was rendering it, which I just did prior to recording this clip. So let me know what you guys think. I'm definitely trying to get better at it and not just, having the camera stay in one place. I kind of liked, the ending and the beginning of it. So let me know what you guys think of the time lapses down below. I actually really like recording them, and they're going to hopefully remain a major part of my videos. Anyhow, so we're almost done here. So we've done 3 of the buildings. So we turned this guy into a little bit of a building, and we also turned this guy into a building. We turned this guy into a building. Obviously, you can see the theme of quartz and glass and bone blocks. I think my favorite so far is either this one or that one. This one's alright. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go. I think this is definitely my favorite so far. But we got a couple buildings left, so we got another probably quite large building right here. And then we also have to decorate the iron farm. So I think we're actually gonna work on this next, just since it seems a little bit more fun. So I guess let's get going. Honestly, the worst part about spilling water in an area that's entirely covered in concrete powder is, yeah, this. That was such an awkward laugh. I apologize for that. Apologize you had to hear that, not gonna lie. Alright, I've made some good progress. As you can see, it looks a little bit different. I'm not totally sold on it, but I think it looks better than it did before with the bigger towers. I think it could be a little bit smaller. I think I should have condensed it down, but at this point, it's done. It looks better. It looks a little more complete, so we're gonna go with it. Basically, what I did is I kind of made these towers a little bit nicer, a little bit bigger. The only thing is the platforms are a little small on top, but other than that, it's good enough for me. My headset mic is way too close to my face. Obviously, I don't use that mic, but anyways, also what I did is I added a nice quartz trim on top of this thing as well, which I think looks really, really good. Maybe we'll add some quartz, in the corners. I'll have to think about that. Now, next step for this thing, which I'm going to actually add the corners, like I just mentioned, but only thing we really got left to do is kind of decorate the storage system, make that look a little bit better. But once we do that, we're good to go. Ourselves in the back, because that is definitely a job well done, and that is yet another build complete in this area. Man, I'm pretty happy with how this is going. I want to just take a look at the area. I'm kind of curious. We won't do this in this episode. This is one of those things I'm probably going to push aside and never do. But, looking at this thing, there are definitely a lot of open areas. Like, probably could put another building here, as well as a building here of some sort. So if you guys want that, maybe we'll do that one day, but definitely not till after episode 50. Definitely not going to have time. I just want to get this to a point where we can call it complete before we, start another mega project or a couple other decent-sized builds in this area. Because we got a lot to do before episode 50, as we mentioned. Anyways, coming up next is, I have no quartz left. I can't really play Minecraft tonight. I got hanging out with some friends, but, for the next couple hours before I leave, I'm going to actually be working on designing this building. So, I guess I have to go do that, and then we'll hop back on once I got some more quartz. Maybe I'll show you guys the results of an AFK session at the gold farm. That sounds pretty good to me. Yeah, I kind of skipped showing you guys all that trading in gold. That's boring. You guys don't want to see that. So I just skipped right to a time lapse. I'm really happy with how that one turned out. No, I think the best one was probably that one, but I definitely like that one as well. Let me know what you guys think. I'm always looking for feedback so I can improve. But is it night? It is night, yeah, because that's the west. Alright, we'll have to speed this clip up then. We're basically approaching the end of the episode. We've almost prettied up this entire thing. Obviously, we gotta clean up a few shulkers, maybe make a better map area. But, yeah, we've done very, very well. So, there's one more thing we gotta do. And that is looking... That guy needs to shut up. That is looking far, far better. As you can see, I did a couple things. Cleared up the sugarcane farms, I guess. There's that kind of remnants of one there. As well as I patched up all the creeper holes. So, yeah, it's looking pretty good. Looking pretty good. I had to go back, gather up some dirt, but, only took a few stacks, to be honest, to patch all those holes up. Yeah, guys, that kind of marks this area complete. I mean, ignore the glaring missing carpet and 2 end rods there, because I did run out of string, and I do not have a wool farm yet, so we do have to do that still, but I will AFK and fix that off episode. That's not a big deal. But yeah, guys, we got a ton of progress done. First things first, we built this giant, trading hall building. Then we decorated up our breeder, and then we built another trading hall building right here. Then we finally decorated the iron farm fully, despite having built that on episode 6, I believe. So the entire season later, we finally decorated these 2 builds. All these builds are from very early on, first 10 episodes. And then we also built this nice emerald structure right here. I worked in some emerald blocks, which, I was a little skeptical of, but now that it's actually in, this is a pretty cool looking build. It's a little bit flat, I will say, but overall, I do like it. I like how we can still see the redstone, because I actually really liked that part of the build, being able to see all those redstone sticking out and stuff like that. These are cool looking trading halls. And I'll leave the interior as is. I think it looks fine. Maybe we'll do a little bit at some point, but for now, I think this means, minus those carpets, I really need to change my skin back. We were doing a Bed Wars stream last night. I think this means that the villager area is complete, guys. We finished now one of the districts. Of course, we got several other districts to finish, like the industrial district and our actual base, but yeah, we can finally consider this area complete. Alright, guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, make sure to drop a like and sub. I don't really ask that as much anymore, but figured I'd ask it once today. Thanks so much for the support lately, guys. I really appreciate it. So, yeah, peace.